Welcome back, everybody. My name is EonShiKeno. I'm going to cast a game today on Blistering Sands between some unknown Korean Protoss player playing red versus Promise, a blue Zerg player. I'm not quite sure if this guy has an AKA or not. So this may be some famous player, but oh no. Actually going to try and snap a probe there, but our Protoss player, too quick on the draw, does a mineral trick, gets right through there. So let's check out what Promise is going for. Probably going to go for a hatchery first build, trying to chase that probe around. And actually, yep, we're going to have the hatchery first build, moving that drone out about 200 minerals. He's going to be able to place that down at the same time. He's going to scout over here to the right side of the base where our Protoss player is. He's going to see the gateway, the pylon, so a pretty standard opening for a Protoss player and our Zerg player. That probe still running around the base scouting, and that drone hot on its trail trying to catch up to it and attack it. He's going to scout that out, so our Protoss player now is aware of the expansion, and he's probably just going to hang around and scout this whole time until we see some Zerglings come out. So the spawning pool is being placed, and we'll probably see a geyser being placed probably right here at about the time this is about halfway finished. So is that another gateway? Yep. So ooh, okay. So we have a little bit of derivation for our Protoss player throwing down a second gateway quick, and our Zerg player I think did scout this. So let's see if he scouted that. Yep, he has scouted that second gateway, so he's aware that the pressure may be coming on. Cybernetics core being built. He is going to even bother to build the Zealot. He may just wait and go for a really fast stalker push. We can see maybe a really quick stalker push so that gas did finish, and very quickly transferring some drones over there. So we'll probably see some Zerglings come out, or maybe we'll see some roaches. Not quite sure what he's going to go for here, but I'd kind of guess Zerglings, just the hunch. So both of these gateways, that second one finally just finished. An Overlord is up here scouting that out, and he's probably going to have to run back over here. This is a pretty good position to hide your Overlords if you can get them in position. The only time you can usually get them in position is if your opponent does go this later Cybernetics core. So we do have two Stalkers being Chrono boosted out, and we're going to see some Stalker pressure here at the beginning. And those Zerglings are going to need that speed as soon as possible to deal with those Stalkers. This early quick 2 Stalker pressure, and he might even lose this Overlord if he can get those Stalkers out quickly enough. This is going to be really close. That Overlord is really close to that edge there. Stalker's really trying to get up there to kill that Overlord, but it looks like he's going to be able to sneak away. He's going to run out of vision here just in a second, and there he goes. Gets away to the safety of the abyss above some cacti and some other stuff down there. So this drone's still alive. Wow, just in this base for so long, these Stalkers are going to be able to clean that up. And what was he building? So actually, he's not going all Stalkers. He's making 2 more Zealots and 2 more gateways, so it looks like we're going to have a pretty much standard 4 gateway push from our Protoss player. Scouting all around over here. I don't know what he's trying to find down here. Maybe kind of like a proxy hatchery, or is he going to proxy himself, throw down a pylon? I really like the hiding spot of this probe, because if you don't have health bars on, it's like really hard to see the probe there. But anyway, our Protoss player Chrono boosting that warp gate. And let's check out our Zerg player is going for Roach Warren just being placed. He has a handful of Zerglings out, building his second queen. And this Roach Warren is not close to being finished, and speed is really close to being finished. And our Protoss player is sticking with 1 gas. 1 gas is possible whenever you 4 warp gate if you plan to get a lot more Zealots. So all of these gateways now transforming into, and we have a proxy pylon at the top of the map here. Did he actually wall in his probe? I think he might have actually walled in his probe here with this pylon whenever he placed it, so that's a little bit of a mistake there from our Protoss player. But our Zerg player is scouting, and he's going to be able to see this. So wow, very nice active scouting from our Zerg player. Is going to check this and find out for that expansion. So the Zergling's trying to do a sneak in, warping in Zealots here at the top next to the pylon, and he's going to be able to save this proxy pylon. But unfortunately, his probe is trapped, I think, in the back there, and he's not going to be able to bring any closer proxy pylons, maybe up here or somewhere, unless he brings another probe. And he's trying to use a probe to wall off here, but those Zerglings are like pushing it back, and they sneak in. So 4 Zerglings in the back of the base right now. That's really going to slow down the pressure of our Protoss players pushing in right now. He's got so many Zealots. What is that? 8 Zealots pushing up, 2 Stalkers, trying to throw down a Spine Crawler. And Roach is trying to come out and save, but wow, our Protoss player has so many units, and he finally does manage to kill off those Zerglings in his base, and the pressure is being pushed on. He really needs to kill some drones, some queens, just like everything. This is really, really strong pressure from our Protoss player, and our Zerg player is just going to have to survive this if he wants to make it into the mid-late game. Roach is coming out, drones coming out. He's maybe going to try and pick off some of these Zealots while they're over here all alone. This Spine Crawler is just going to be picked up by those Zealots. Here we come, more Roaches coming out. Roaches on that creep, they'll be able to out-micro those Zealots pretty easily. Zergling coming out, but I think there's way too many Zealots. He really doesn't need that proxy pylon. That proxy pylon at the very top is just too far away. He needs one like right here to warp in more and more units. But this fight seems to be going fairly well for our Protoss player. Still quite a few drones left alive, and 3 or 4 more roaches, 10 more zerglings coming out. So he's completely out of stalker, so these roaches can easily out-micro the zealots all day long on that creep, and he should be able to fight this off, hold this, sitting in some zerglings. I really don't even think that's necessary. 3 more zealots coming in, just applying so much pressure, really forcing this zerg player to micro extremely well just to make his army effective against these zealots. And he's going to lose that roach. Oh, he does lose that roach. Too bad, and he just loses 1 or 2 more zerglings, so that was really intense pressure. Our Protoss player looks like he's transitioning out of that 4 warp gate push into an expansion based on the fact that he's got so many sentries out. He's got a proxy pylon out in front of his base, and he's leaving this probe here for probably to throw down an expansion. So let's check the economy tab. Our Protoss player is ahead by 3 harvesters. Let's check the unit loss tab. That's really what I'm going to look at. So pretty even. Actually, our Protoss player managed to lose more resources than his opponent. But then again, the Zerg player, a lot of those resources lost were drones, and those drones were every drone loss is also extra income loss, so that's a little bit different. A little bit more valuable to lose a drone than an actual army unit because those don't generate income. So a probe is going to probably throw down this expansion as soon as he gets 400. He's got quite a few sentries out. Those will just be generating energy this whole time while he's waiting. I'm going to build up his army, and I'm interested to see what kind of transition he's going to go into. He's got more than enough energy, so he should really be chrono boosting something. Maybe probes, definitely probes. He stopped probe production just for a second to make that nexus, and we'll probably see him go back to making probes here in a second. Actually, no, he's not. What is he doing? He's generating more stalkers, so curious to see why he's stopping probe production. He's only at about 30, so he's now falling behind in harvesters, so a little bit of a macro slip up there from our Protoss player. Teching this natural expansion from our Zerg player Promise up to a lair, and has quite a few roaches out front of his base for defense. And this Zergling here, the Zelnagatar, is going to see all this. He's going to try and sneak away. Nope, he's not going to sneak away. He's going to run it and get himself killed. There's a really good overlord placement by Promise. You can see here from the whole right side of the map down here at the bottom, you can see everything. So there's not going to be any type of proxies down there, or you know, warp prisms flying in, or void rays flying in, any type of that stuff. So let's check how many gas he's up to. He's up to 4 gas, even building an extra hatchery in his base. And got the drone production going pretty well, and it looks like we're having another strong push coming from our Protoss player here. And the Zerglings actually did take out this pylon and that probe, but there's no proxy pylon. Here it is. There's that closer proxy pylon. He really needed the last fight, but he's pushing in. Mostly stalkers and sentries with 2 zealots, and that one changeling just runs by. He's like, I'm gonna go home, guys. I don't feel like fighting in the army today. End the war, so he's gonna go home. He's a draft dodger. Oh, and he gets killed. This stalker's like, you will not dodge anything, and he does die, unfortunately. And our Protoss player saw the size of that roach army and is going to decide to fall back, but unfortunately a rallied zealot gets picked off, sacrificed to the Zerg overlord.